Hello and welcome to this Core Maths video. One of the first things I'm going to need to do is to actually explain what Core Maths is. Of course, it's a relatively new qualification and a lot of people don't actually know what's involved and what it's all about. So I'm going to explain that to you and I hope that you'll see what a valuable subject it actually is. So for those of you who are wondering, this is what Core Maths is actually about. As you can see here, it's aimed at sixth formers. It's a level 3 qualification, which is not an A-level, but equivalent to an AS level. So we ask that you get a GCSE grade 4 or above in order to be able to do it. And it's really targeting those who don't want to study A-level maths, but are actually quite good at maths or are doing other subjects which will have some sort of mathematical content, such as biology, psychology, geography, economics, those sort of subjects. The government introduced it about 6 years ago in order to bridge that gap. And it was designed with employers, universities in mind. Now, you may wonder, why study it? Really good explanation here, really good reason given. It improves your career choices. Universities are beginning to take note of Core Maths and actually going to offer lower GCSE grades in some cases if you have Core Maths too. And that rather stunning fact that in Japan, so many more students keep continuing with their mathematical education beyond GCSE as compared to the UK. Now, I asked Miss Norton if she would give us some of her insight as to why Core Maths is such a useful subject to study.
Well, Core Maths is actually a really good course, especially for students that haven't decided to study A-level mathematics. And the reason this is good is actually, if you don't study mathematics, usually there's a 2-year gap of mathematics before you start university. Well, Core Maths actually bridges that gap and it allows students to cover mathematical concepts such as looking at tax and credit cards, things that they will use in everyday life, so it's actually really valuable as well. The other thing is that many universities in the UK actually look upon this very favourably, and there is a large list of universities that now take Core Maths into consideration when offering places to their university.
So I hope you're beginning to see there that Core Maths actually has a lot of uses. It's a really good subject. Let me give you a little bit more insight about what actually is involved in the course. So I want to tell you a little bit more about what's actually involved in the content of Core Maths. And as you will see here, there's quite a few areas that are involved. Really, I could sum it up by saying that Core Maths is maths for life. So the sort of things that you would do is you would learn how to calculate your tax and national insurance. You would learn how to make a budget on an Excel spreadsheet. You would learn some of the skills that are used in businesses, things like critical path analysis. So it's not just theoretical, but it's actually really practical. It's the maths that you will go on and use. So it's for anyone with a grade 4 or equivalent. And we're now saying at Haysfield that if you want to go on and study psychology, you're either doing A-level maths or you're doing Core Maths. As I've said already, it's really useful if you're going to do other subjects such as chemistry, biology, geography, social sciences, sociology, you can add in with that, where you might otherwise struggle with the maths. You've got to take 3 other A-levels, so you do it 3 A-levels plus Core Maths or an EPQ. You can't really do Core Maths and an EPQ at the same time. Here you can see what the Core Maths points are actually worth. So if you manage to get a grade A, it's worth a really valuable 20 points on the UCAS tariff. B is 16 points and so on. You can see the rest there. So it's not just something you do for the sake of it, it actually has a value as well. I want to show you more about what the content is actually involved. So here you can see all of the different areas that we cover in core maths. The one that might be new to you is the critical path analysis, and that's about how to balance which tasks to carry out first if it's a business situation. There are 2 exams at the end of the course. They're both 1.5 hours long. They're not trivial. You do have to work and do some revision to be able to get a good mark from them. But I think students who've taken it agree that the effort that you put in, it's definitely worth what you get out of it. So I hope you've been able to see that core maths is very valuable, and I hope you found that it's a viable possibility for you to take it. If you'd like to know more about it, then come and find me up in the maths area or email the school on information@haysfield.com. Thank you for watching.